At Whozoo, we've created commercial property tenant referencing. And why have we done that? Well, we found that we wanted to give more security to our clients when they were letting space to their tenants, particularly in the SME commercial property market. You're talking startups, secondary, tertiary locations. It was important for us that we were doing as thorough due diligence on the tenants as we possibly could do. The thing is, with these types of tenants, quite often it's startup business. They might not have a full set of trading accounts. So what do? You know, granted, if you're letting a space to a business that's been going for 20 years and they've got full sets of accounts, of course, that's going to help tell the story as to whether this business is a good business to be letting the space to. But what about when it's a startup? What about when it's a new business or an idea or a concept? Doesn't mean it's going to be a bad tenant, but it's more challenging for the agent to give certainty to the client. So what we've started to do is we look into, of course, the business, but also the directors. What are their personal circumstances? And we pull credit checks on the directors and the businesses, of course. It helps us tell a more full story as to what the situation is. So we had a situation in Croydon where we were letting a space to a tenant. We did a commercial property reference, and we'd identified that they'd had several CCJs against their name. We told the landlord about this. The landlord were really happy with the tenant in principle, but obviously now a bit concerned. This enabled us to renegotiate the terms of the deal with the tenant, with them putting forward a much higher security deposit. Obviously that means that the landlord's got more security over that tenant if they leave or don't pay the rent. Tenant's happy because they get the space. Landlord's happy because they've got visibility on who they're renting the space to. Everyone wins. So from our perspective, it's about doing thorough due diligence on our tenants, making sure that we are really understanding who's taking the space. We want to reduce void periods for our clients. We want them to have the tenants in there for as long as possible, paying the rent happily. Ultimately, it's about visibility on the transaction. And when we get commercial property tenant referencing done, it enables our clients to get a small report with full understanding on not only the business situation, but also the personal situation of the tenants who are taking their space.